Welcome back to the Papa Meat channel. How you doing? How you doing? Come on in and sit on down because today we're going to be taking a look at the uncomfortable... Welcome back to the Papa Meat channel. How you doing? How you doing? Come on in and... Welcome back to the Papa Meat channel. How you doing? How you doing? Come in and sit on down because today we're going to be taking a look at the uncomfortable world of veneers. Over the years, there have been some questionable fashion trends, from Jinko jeans to cow print clothing. Fads like this inevitably grab people's attention and become the new big thing for just a little portion of time. Getting a pair of veneers can radically improve the self-esteem and confidence for people that were unfortunate enough to grow up with mangled teeth, or even just a little crook in their teeth. Some people just get them because, I don't know, they like the look of them. I don't know. While this is true, there is certainly a dark side to this dental procedure. And in fact, for many poor souls who choose to ride this cultural wave, it's doing serious permanent damage. This gets scarier when you realize the veneers are becoming so popular that people who hardly need them are rushing to the dentist office to achieve the picture-perfect smile. The result of this is an uptick in patients being shocked when coming face to face with the very real consequences of this invasive procedure. So, what are veneers? Most of you would be surprised to learn that veneers are not a new invention and have existed for around, 100 years. And in fact, the first pair arrived on the market in the 1920s. It wasn't until the 1980s that veneers really went mainstream and became a common cosmetic procedure. And since then, they have evolved and improved to meet a wide range of needs and people. If you're looking to get a set of veneers, you have a lot of options to consider. For starters, you have to think about what you want your new chompers to be made of. The materials you can select from can include porcelain laminate, and composite resin. Depending on the material used, veneers can range anywhere from $800 to $2,000 per tooth. And some of the more expensive boutique options from reputable celebrity dentists can run you as much as 80 grand for a full set of teeth. If you're not willing to fork over that kind of cash, don't fret, because there are cheaper Snap-on alternatives with their own separate tiers of quality. For the cheapest options, you can pay as low as $30 per tooth.
Hey, that guy's got a good smile. Look at that.
It's a beautiful smile. Cheaping out on a pair of teeth has a list of drawbacks. Not only do they look bulky, but they add length to your teeth, which can change your speech patterns so you kind of sound like a completely different person.
As you guys can see, when I speak, I show my top teeth and my bottom teeth.
Now, veneers, they're, it's for people who want the perfect smile and all that stuff. I don't think there's a problem, as always, with people like, if you want to lose weight and it's hard, so you go on Ozempic. Does Ozempic have side effects? Sure, but the vast majority of people seem to do fine with it. Some people like a perfect smile. To me, this is my opinion, doesn't mean it's right or wrong. I'm just saying, I think a little crooked in your teeth makes you look human, makes you look charming, right? Adds character. People that have perfect white teeth, it's so uncanny to me. It's very, very uncanny. JoJo Siwa has her teeth and they have like a black rim on her gum. She had that song where she had that video where she was singing the boys think she's a spy. She's got Betty Davis eyes. And her teeth are like so white that in the color correction, they almost look gray and there's like a black rim around them. So many social media people have veneers now, which more power to them. Not everybody wants to have the little rat tooth, gopher mouth kind of thing. I get it. My teeth are fucked up. I've had people tell me, my dentist has told me, you might want to get braces. Never did it. Not going to. If my shit fell out though, the only thing I'd ever do is I'd get a gold tooth. I think I could rock a gold tooth. I don't feel like a pirate. I feel like Joe Pesci in Home Alone, and I like that. I like that a lot. So what is driving people to permanently alter their teeth? Well, the most common answer would be because lots of people have up teeth, right? A lot of 2x4s in people's mouths. People get insecure about all kinds of things, and if you're the first impression someone has of you is your smile, that's probably not true. People like a good smile.
Depends who you are. If you're a woman.
Do you like a good smile?
I like a good smile.
What were you gonna say about women?
There's other features you look at before the teeth on a woman.
Like what?
The face, the eyes, the hair.
That's always what I do when I see a woman for the first time. I'm like, good hair.
This video is sponsored by our partners at Factor. Lately, I've been so busy trying to tackle a lot of things at once. I'm still working on eating healthy, but some days it can be a chore. And while it's still hot out, why would you want to spend your time over a stove? Not me. Thankfully, Factor has got you covered. Factor powers your day, sun up to sundown, with nutritious breakfast, on-the-go lunches, premium dinners, and guilt-free snacks and desserts. In just 2 minutes, you can heat, eat, and enjoy. Each week, you can choose from 65 different menu options, and you're sure to find something you like. I promise! Factor has always had variety, but now you have even more with their introduction of Asian-inspired meals and new Mediterranean diet options. Oh, these dishes are packed with protein and good for you fats. 97% of customers say Factor has helped them live a healthier life, and with options like Calorie Smart, Keto, Protein Plus, and Vegan, it's easy to see why. And the best part of Factor is that there's no prep work, no grocery lines, and virtually no cleanup. Head to factor75.com or click the link below and use code PAPAMEATFB50 to get 50% off plus free breakfast for a whole year. That's code PAPAMEATFB50 at factor75.com to get 50% off plus free breakfast for a whole year. Thank you to Factor for sponsoring this video. Now back to the episode. People I've covered in the past, like Layla from Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, have gotten veneers since the show originally aired. You know, look at that.
Yeah, I hate it.
You don't like that?
Too white. Throw yellow and coffee stains on
I was just saying, put a little, it's unnatural, uncanny. Especially with bronze ass skin. You don't want to be popping that much, dude. They're a little yellow on there. Jojo Siwa spent $50,000 on her set of teeth despite having perfectly normal teeth before that. I had no reason at all. And her veneer technician told her that her teeth were small, miscolored, and had an odd shape. So she's felt inclined to get new teeth. The only people that I think, like whenever Boogie got teeth, remember that? His whole video? That was first off, that's a painful video. But I was like, that makes total sense because he basically just has like broken glass in his mouth.
My favorite type of veneer is when it's just one block.
Yeah, the Lego piece. That's kind of what Jimmy's reminds me of, Mr. Beast.
His teeth change in the one video. A normal human smile, we have some unevenness, a normal tooth situation. This is the next bit in this episode. Do you see what I'm saying, bro? Who is this?
Many claim that he's done this because he's so content brained, he's so fixated on the YouTube grind that he wants his teeth to be absolutely perfect, thumbnail ready at any moment's notice.
Oh wait, do you think that with him? Like they changed his teeth and he's looking at the thumbnail and then
He's probably looking at the thumbnail teeth and he's like, I mean, I would. I'm all airbrushed and shit because he looks great now. He lost a bunch of weight and all this kind of stuff. And all of a sudden, he's just like, all I need is to have one giant white tooth. As veneers become more and more common, thousands of young people find themselves going out and getting cosmetic procedures. What they don't always consider is the horrible consequence that comes with it. This is where the dark side of veneer begins to show itself. Ooh, white teeth, white straight teeth. When you go in and get your brand new smile, one of the first things a dentist will do is shave your teeth down to little itty bitty nubs. Kind of look like Christopher Walken in Sleepy Hollow when he's the headless horseman. He's like, ah! It looks just like that, I swear to God. This is because they have to cement your new veneers to your old teeth, which are too large to fit the mold. So you gotta shave it down. And this is where in the future people will be like, I can't believe people actually shave their teeth like this. This is the number one thing that is overlooked when people go in. People don't realize that most of the time this procedure is irreversible. They can't just, there's your tooth back. Then for about 10 to 14 days after the veneers are put on, you experience dull pain and hypersensitivity due to hot and cold things.
So that's the same thing with whitening. That's why I'm afraid to whiten my teeth.
Why would you want to whiten your teeth? You have perfectly fine teeth. Were you going to whiten your teeth?
I was insecure in high school.
Everybody was. Why people are getting this, because they're insecure. Unless they're like I smoked too much meth. I never brushed my teeth. I need new teeth. I want to be able to chew it. I had a grandpa. He like had meth mouth or something like that. And then he stopped, like all of his teeth fell out and he just never got fake ones. He just like gummed everything. I think his gums became really hard and he was able to chew shit. He did.
Is that what you're going to do if your teeth fall out?
I hope not, man. Like I said, I think if any of my teeth had to come out or something, I'd probably get something. Dentures or some shit. I don't know. Other people experience increased saliva and others have to learn how to talk properly. Most of these are short-term issues, but there are plenty of lifelong drawbacks. For example, you have to limit certain foods to avoid shortening your veneers lifespan and potentially costing yourself tons in repairs. And it's recommended to avoid eating hard, sticky, or chewy foods for fear of damaging or dislodging them. If you're not careful, your veneers might break off, or even worse, you could swallow them. One man claimed his veneer had fallen out 3 times within 6 months of getting it, and said the last time it fell out was while he was eating a salad. Another man said that his veneer fell off during his first solid meal and that he swallowed them while chewing his food.
That happened to my dad's bridge. We were eating Italian and he goes, uh-oh.
Did he cut his asshole on the way out?
I didn't ask him, but he did just clean it.
It's biting back, son, it's biting back! In the rare chance that your teeth are not fully sanded down, you could have them removed, but to do so, they have to use a heat gun and large metal hook and pry your teeth out. And then from there, then they just like drill actual drill into your mouth and they like hook it on. It's insane, man. Like other cosmetic procedures, you can travel to other countries to get cheaper, lower quality veneers, so you don't have to pay an arm and a leg to do so. Places like Turkey and Mexico offer veneers at prices 60 to 80% lower than those in the United States, which causes thousands of people to travel there every year for new teeth. Though it might be cheaper, the risk of medical malpractice skyrockets because of this. You know, trying to get all these people in. Come on in. I'll get you new teeth. Oh. You walk into the place, he looks at your teeth. Just go, get in. People online refer to procedures done in Turkey as turkey teeth, which are known for being poorly done. The hair quality did not transfer over to teeth. Veneers given to patients by unlicensed dentists can cause serious damage. These people can often fail to properly administer anesthesia, resulting in insanely painful procedures. When the enamel is shaved down, sometimes unprofessional veneer techs can go too deep and damage blood vessels and even permanent nerve damage. These people don't check for patients' pre-existing dental conditions, and this is bad. Because you can't just throw veneers onto any tooth. You gotta have, there's no, just put it on. If you have cavities, for example, you'll just end up covering it. And over time, it will slowly progress until the tooth completely falls out and then your veneer will just fall down. You'll eat it in a bowl of bolognese or whatever the happened to your dad. That's why those who come back with turkey teeth have reported having poorly fit veneers. Moreover, they need to undergo additional dental work to fix these issues. And even if you do get a good set, there's a high risk of infection from dentists appearing in a dirty work area and unsanitized tools. Well, you know what? That's just a roll of the dice, dude. Roll the dice! They can also grind your teeth down so small that it gets rid of most of the healthy parts. Some claim that within 10 years, people will end up losing their teeth and will be left with absolutely nothing. This leaves you with one option: getting dental implants. Leanne was a mother of two living in the UK who decided to get turkey teeth in 2009. Like many other, her teeth did fall out and she needed a solution fast. So what did she do? She flew back to Turkey to get the dental implants. Did you not learn the first time, Leanne? Did you not learn? While she was there, she had her teeth removed and metal screws installed into her gums. She also got a bone graft and a sinus lift, all before the teeth would be installed. Like working on a goddamn truck. To save more money, she opted not to get general anesthesia and endured a painful 4-hour procedure with no anesthesia. I'd black out. I would black out. When she got home, her body began to reject the fake teeth and it left her completely disfigured. Her head was constantly throbbing from severe headaches and her nose bled nearly every day. She had blisters forming inside of her nose where the sinus lift and the skin on her face was swelling. All of these symptoms were tied to sinusitis, which is an infection of the sinus most likely caused by dirty utensils used during surgery. The surgery for her implants took place in 2024, and to this day, she is still without proper teeth. All the while, she is dealing with an infection that doesn't seem to be treated with any antibiotics. There's no man-made medicine that can do anything to help her. Thanks, Turkey.
I was gonna say that those dirty utensils were probably in someone else's mouth.
Probably. You want to wash that?
Okay, it's fine.
You have 90 more procedures to do. It's fine. After hearing all this, it probably wouldn't surprise you that a lot of people regret getting veneers. A woman in the UK, under the alias Catherine, for example, chose to get her veneers done at a small business she saw online and paid the price for it. She didn't want to pay a lot of money, so she chose a business that offered them for cheap. At her appointment, they ground her teeth down and installed the veneers, but she instantly began experiencing problems. Right after the procedure was done, she couldn't close her mouth fully, so they had to remove the veneers and regrind her teeth. After getting them fixed, the issue persisted. She had to return to the business because she was in immense pain and her veneers were falling off. All of this work was for nothing because one of her teeth cracked under the veneers and she couldn't take it anymore and ultimately decided to go to a real dentist to receive proper veneers. Catherine referred to this whole situation as the biggest mistake of her life. Can you imagine being done with that? And like, they're like, all right, it's good. It's good. And she's like, is it good? Like, I mean, like, you're not even able to shut your mouth. Everyone we've discussed so far are fully grown adults making their own decisions to get veneers on their own. However, some have had them forced on them against their will. In order to get veneers, most dentists insist that you be at least 16 years of age. This is because young children still have developing teeth and their jaw placement can alter over time, making premature veneer procedures the cause of intense future complications. One person took to the internet to share their mother forced them to get 2 veneers at 15 years old because she didn't like the way they looked. Thanks, Mom! Do you love all my imperfections?
Gray dead teeth are a turnoff.
Yeah, I mean, no one wants to see a gray tooth. Well, you know what? I've went on a date with a woman with like a dead tooth. Happens, man. Great personality.
Great, you just couldn't get past the tooth.
No, I saw her for a little bit. I didn't give a She has a little pirate mouth. I didn't give a I'm going to give a hair to that bitch, put it on her shoulder. I'm like, I don't care, man. I'll play Captain Hook all day. Given that being a veneer tech has become a booming business, it was only inevitable that some people would exploit this opportunity for their own financial gain. This leads to the nightmare fuel that is veneer crimes. Veneer techs use social media platforms like Instagram and TikTok to promote their business, touting big discounts for a full set of them. Not only this, but they even teach their own training courses to make money from those trying to get in on these schemes. And of course, you can't just take a few classes and become a veneer tech. You need to become a licensed dentist. A woman from North Carolina named Andrea Joseph spent $2,500 for online veneer tech classes, indulging in a shortcut that claims to skirt past a typical 8-year dental school journey. Because why would you want? I don't want to do that. I'll watch this and I'll know everything I need to know. Easy peasy.
Says she used materials she bought from Amazon and eBay. She says she didn't realize what she was doing was illegal until she posted about it on social media.
She was eventually served with a civil notice from a sheriff deputy that came from North Carolina Board of Dental Examiners. Joseph was shut down and her dentist equipment now collects dust. What made matters worse, ironically, was the discounted veneers she had previously gotten from a fraudulent dentist now cause her gums to bleed every single time she brushes her teeth. You hear these things and you're just like, I mean, what do you expect? What do you expect from these people, man? I mean, like how a sheriff had to come up and be like, okay, cut it out there. Stop messing with people's mouths. Okay. On herself.
I was going to say, yeah, do you think she fixed her teeth?
She probably have to, man. One of the biggest cases of veneer techs being intervened by law enforcement is with Brandon Dillard. Brandon Dillard has become well known as the top veneer specialist in Atlanta, growing quickly on social media and posting promotional content for his company, A-List Smiles. Bad name. He had amassed more than 150,000 followers on Instagram, sharing before and after pictures of his customers. And his viral posts only pushed more and more people to become interested in his service. Not only was he doing the procedure himself, but Brandon would charge $6,000 for training courses that unlicensed dentists were clamoring to. Eventually, there was enough complaints made against him to warrant Georgia authorities raiding his business. And while the place looked like any other dentist's office, they found that he was without a license and practicing illegally for 3 years straight. They had also seized tons of designer items from jewelries to Rolexes and luxury cars, and it was believed he was making millions of dollars from these fucking teeth, man. He was held in Fulton County Jail and received 8 charges, including theft by deception and criminal solicitation to commit a felony. His case is still ongoing, and one former customer of A-List Smiles, Miko Collins, admitted that he paid $4,500 to add veneers to 20 of his teeth. Only minutes after leaving, his teeth were already chipping. Brandon repaired it for him, only for it to chip again hours later. Then, months later, after a 3rd repair, his entire tooth came out after biting into a cookie. A victory cookie. Finally. Oh. After 5 repairs, Brandon started charging him as much as $1,500 to take 13 of the 20 veneers out. He voices his frustration in a secretly recorded call with Brandon, who simply tells him, business is business, on top of various other excuses. Play a little over here.
I'm not doing anything for free. This is it. Business is business. I don't care about your review. My work speaks for itself.
Can you imagine this is what your dentist tells you? They're rotting out of your mouth and chipping. What am I supposed to do? I gotta charge you. Other victims suffered abscesses in their mouths, lockjaw, and much, much more. Way to go, Brandon, you idiot. But there are many cases like this, with tons of people on TikTok emotionally venting about how getting veneers has ruined their life. One TikToker that goes by Winter Blanco reveals that she is in constant pain and suffers severe TMJ after getting veneers from the Smile Dental Center in Miami. They had done such a bad job that she can now hardly close her mouth at all. After visiting 10 different dentists, getting her veneers completely redone, trying various medicine, and more, she has now spent up to $80,000 only for her problems to still remain 2 years after the fact. Brutal, bro.
This is my nightmare.
100%. It just makes you think, like, if it's expensive, just wait. Save up. Also, I'm never going to Miami. I refuse to set foot in Miami. It always ends up bad. Never going to Turkey either. I might go to Turkey.
For the hair transplant?
I think it'd be funny. If I ever go bald, I will do it for a video, I'll tell you that much. There are many cases of people ending up with lifelong pain and discomfort after trying to get veneers. The most unlucky, however, have even died tragically in the process. 60-year-old Tina Owens came to a celebrity dental clinic in Beverly Hills in order to get all of her teeth replaced with veneers. Dr. Sands, the owner, had made himself a millionaire doing work on A-list celebrities like Justin Bieber, Kim Kardashian, Kanye West, and many more, and he had become incredibly reputable. So Tina felt that she was in the right hands, right? The Biebs! Kanye. Due to the improper use of anesthesia, Tina's brain was cut off from oxygen, her vitals were deteriorating, and she was rushed to the hospital only to die days later after suffering cardiac arrest and traumatic brain injury.
Wasn't even the veneers that killed her, it was anesthesia.
Anesthesia from the guy. Let's crank that up just a little more. The Dental Board of California began an investigation linking her death to gross negligence from the anesthesiologist, Dr. Hadi Nassar. Dr. Nassar was fired from the clinic and was put on a 5-year probation, something Tina's daughter finds to be nothing more than a slap on the wrist, which is true. You killed somebody. All right, I guess just don't put her behind a tank. You get away from that valve. That spricket. We've named countless reasons to avoid getting veneers. The process is invasive, it's expensive, and incredibly dangerous, right? And of course, there are people out there who have genuinely, f***ed up teeth and might need these, sure. It's not hard to justify getting veneers in more extreme cases, especially if the alternative to that is lifelong embarrassment and low self-esteem. Can suck. Or if even functionality, right? Or for those who just want to improve their smile, just to get a couple good notches up, or just, just to have a little better smile, I think you can wait. Right? I don't think it's worth it. So if somehow you still want to get veneers, just make sure you're actually aware of what the process entails. Because once you go through with it, there's no getting those teeth back. Just want to say this too. Your natural teeth, the crooked little nature you have in your teeth, it's fine. You look good, right? And if someone comes over like, weird teeth, that mother insecure about something for him to, he's projecting, all right? If you got a rot mouth, you had a life of sucking the pipe and doing whatever, then get some veneers, man, because I don't think the meth smoke that up, will it? It's cosmetic surgery. If you feel good about it, who the cares also? Who cares what I think, man? Well, I think veneers look bad. Who cares? People are going to look back on this time, they're going to say Ozempic and veneers, those are the craziest things. And turkey hair. Turkey hair, veneers, and Ozempic is going to make it's going to evolve humanity into the next stage of is what it's going to happen, all right? So, it is what it is. Get veneers or don't, I don't give a shit. Bye!
You ready for your appointment?
I'm getting veneers.